Today, we're solving a problem that I've had many a times, and I'm sure you guys have had as well. That is, how you taste the most incredible bomb wines without breaking the bank. So, the wine bar that we're at is hip, it's cool, it's trendy, it is North Park, it's called A Splash of Wine. The owner, Tracy Smith, has something very special in store for us today. Let's go meet Tracy and find out what she's got for us. What I'd like to start with is how the wine is poured differently here at Splash than it would be in your traditional wine bar.
Well, what we have is we have a wine preservation system called the Enomatic machine. The Enomatic allows the wine to be poured 1 ounce at a time and preserves the wine to its original integrity for a longer period of time than pouring it out of a bottle. So people are allowed to pour themselves 1 ounce of wine for many different wines at their own leisure.
Okay, so behind us, Tracy, is this what you're talking about when you said about the Enomatics?
Correct. These are the refrigeration machines. These keep the temperature of the wine at cellar temperature and allow the wine to be tasted at its prime temperature. Okay, time out. So one of the things that we do here is whenever we say something that maybe some of our new wine drinkers wouldn't know, I like to define it. So you just mentioned cellar temperature, and that's different for a red wine and a white wine, and you have both here at Splash, right? That's correct.
So what is the good temperature for a white wine?
We keep our white wines at 47 degrees, so you don't want your wines too cold. Directly out of the refrigerator is actually too cold. At the right temperature, it allows for all the aromas and all the flavors of the wine to appear.
Wow, that's pretty cool. But it's different for reds. The temperature, I guess, would be a little bit warmer for reds because as Americans, we generally drink our white wines cooler than our reds, right?
That's correct. Temperature for red is about 57 degrees. All of our reds are not kept at that temperature. Most restaurants aren't, but we like to keep our high-end reds at a 57-degree temperature.
All right, so I know that if I was allowed to just wander around here with a wine glass, you would certainly have to keep track of what I was tasting. How do you do that?
Well, we keep track of it on a splash card, so we can monitor exactly what you're tasting on each splash, and you can keep track of it the same way. So you can just go around and you can write it down if you want. We sell everything by the bottle as well, so you can write it down, kind of know what you like at the end, and remember what you've tasted.
Cool, so I just put some cash on this card. Can we zoom in this? This is pretty freaking cool. It's like a wine credit card. That's amazing. I need one of these for every wine store I ever go to. I love it. So this one's pre-charged for us, right?
That's correct.
Let's go check out how it works.
All right, let's go.
I'm here with my wine credit card, my tasting glass, and with Tracy. And we're going to do something that is very, very cool. To taste some bomb wines that are not going to break the bank. Now Tracy, tell us what we're looking at here.
This is a Robert Foley Claret. We have a vertical, which is 3 vintages, 2005, 2006, and 2007. And all of these were highly rated. And we have an opportunity to taste all 3 of them side by side and just compare the difference in just simply the grapes.
That's very cool. Now what's so cool about the fact that we're going to be tasting a vertical from Robert Foley is that you get to see how the winemaker has progressed and how the grapes have changed throughout the years. So we're going to take our wine card, we're going to stick it in our little insert card section here. Very, very easy. I said that, there we go. And then we're going to start with the, would you suggest the 2005?
Correct.
Okay, so we're going to start with the 2005. I press this little button here after I stick my glass underneath it.
Press it just a
Little bit harder.
Yeah.
There we go. So it just shot an ounce out into my glass. Now, as I understand, this is a 20% Merlot and an 80% Cabernet blend. Is that right?
This is actually 80% Cab, yes, 20% Merlot.
Cabernet is like basically the king of the red wine grapes.
Right.
It's huge in California. It's a really, really big grape. It's like kind of the pimp daddy of all the blending grapes. So it's not really even a blending grape. It can stand on its own. But you'll see sometimes the 20% Merlot mixed in with the Cabernet. Now, Merlot is kind of like a little more like mellow. It chills out the Cabernet and makes the wine a bit more drinkable. Am I right?
Exactly.
All right, cool. So we're going to take a little sniff. Lovely. All right, so wow, that is rich.
Nice,
that is just velvety, amazing. Love it. So what also is so cool about this is how much did it cost for me just to have this taste right here?
This is a $10 taste, which is our most expensive taste. But in comparison to the bottle price, you just can't go wrong.
So how much does the bottle cost?
You'd find it in most restaurants probably between $250 and $300.
Wow. So, you guys, did you hear that? A $300 bottle. I'm getting to check out for $10. This is awesome. I'm so excited. Now, what else is cool is you don't always find a vertical. Like, I can't go to Vons right now, my grocery store, and find these 3 bottles all lined up, can I?
That's correct.
So, how'd you get them?
It's just kind of having ins with your suppliers and deciding on what you want to showcase to your buyers, and we decided on the Robert Foley because it's just, I think, an amazing wine.
And I agree. Tracy, thank you so much for joining us. I really appreciate it. It has been awesome taping this for our viewers with you. So what we've learned here at Splash today is how to enjoy some fantastic wines without paying too much money for them. Now, if you want to find out what we're up to next, send me your information, and I'd be happy to send you something really special. Until next time, cheers.